Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created this eye look, and I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette again. But the first thing I always do is prime my eyelids, and I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. And I'm going in with this light shade, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. It's just like a super soft brown shade, which is perfect for the transition. So I'm just going to blend this shade back and forth all over in my crease. Now I'm going in with this black shade, which is called Abby's or Abby's. I still don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm going to use this to create my crease line. I always used to do my cut creases like this by starting with a line, but I haven't done this for a while. I don't know why, but I feel like when you start with a dark line like this, the base of your cut crease will be much more intense. So if you really want like a intense, darker cut crease, I would really suggest you to use this method. And if you want to keep it more on the soft side, you can use the technique that I normally use, like in my previous video, for example. And I'm using an eyeliner brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills to create this line. So now I'm going in with the shade Jada, and I'm going to blend this right on top of the line and also slightly above it. But if you want to be like as safe as possible, just blend it straight on top of the line so you don't go up too high with this product. And I mean, like, sometimes when you use something in your crease as intense as this, sometimes it can be too harsh and harder to blend out. So if you like start with the most product on the line, it's easier to blend this out instead of when you go a little bit up higher towards the brow. I hope this makes sense. And can we just take a moment to talk about the fact that Jaclyn Hill talked about me on Snapchat? Oh my gosh, I was filming this video while it all happened, and when I found it out, I was so freaking happy, and my previous video blew up because of her, and I'm so grateful. She has always been one of my biggest inspirations, so I was so happy. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know in case you missed it. It was really amazing. So now I'm going in with the shade Enchanted. Not sure if I pronounced this right. Like in all my videos I say this, but yeah, if you don't know, I'm from the Netherlands, so English isn't like my first language. So very often I really don't know how to pronounce words, but yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I'm using this shade and I'm applying this straight on top of where I first applied that black line. And this will help to make the transition from dark to light to look more smooth. So every time you create like a super intense smoky eye like I'm doing today, I would suggest you to go first in with black, then go in with a light shade, and then choose a middle in between shade that you can apply in the middle so the transition will look better. I really hope this makes sense, but you can see now already that it starts to look better. And if you find it too hard, you can always go back in with the green shade Jada, which I'm also going to do. And I'm picking up that same blending brush, which is a super tiny brush. I believe this is a Morphe M506, sorry. And I'm just going to blend this again around the edges. Right now it might look a little bit harsh, but it will look better afterwards. So now I'm going in with the MAC Cosmetics Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm going to apply this all over the eyelid. And this will make my crease look super sharp and smooth. This is really something like when you create a cut crease, this will definitely make it look so much better. Sometimes when I create my cut crease, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look great, but yeah, let's just start with the concealer, and after applying the concealer it will look so much better and everything will look just snatched, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm using a concealer brush which is by Dose of Colors, but you can use any concealer brush that you have at home. But this is quite a flat brush, which I always feel like works very nice because you can work a bit more precise with it. And at the tail of my crease you can see it has a very nice sort of wing, and when I created my crease I already knew that I was going to apply concealer underneath it, so I wasn't really worried that this didn't really look very nice blended at the bottom, because now you can't see anything back from it. So now I'm going in with the shade Enlight, and I'm going to apply this at the beginning part of my eyelid, and at the end of this video you will really see that this gives a super nice effect, especially when you go in with super dark colors. It looks very nice to go in with a super light shade in your inner corner. So now I'm going to use the shade Queen, which is so pretty, and I'm going to apply this next to the Enlight shade. and I'm using a MAC 242 brush, which is my favorite brush. I say this in all my videos, but this is definitely a brush that I would recommend you. And yeah, I'm just going to apply this, and also slightly on top of the Enlight shade to make it melt into each other. So now to warm it up a little bit, I'm going in with the shade Firework, which is more of a rusty orangey shade. And I am applying this right next to the Queen shade and also right on top of it. I felt like the Queen shade was a little bit too light, and I really wanted it to be super warm and orangey, bronzy. I don't know, I just felt like this shade did more like what I wanted it to do. So now I'm going to mix the shade Pool Party and Diva, and I'm going to apply this at the outer end of my eyelid. I felt like Pool Party was a little bit too blue in comparison with my crease, and Diva was a little bit too green and too dark, I don't know. But if you mix these shades together on your brush, it gets the perfect combination. For this eye look, I really wanted it to match with my crease, obviously. So now I'm going in with the shade Jada, and I'm going to blend this a little bit at the outer edge. And you can see there's a space left, which is empty underneath that winged end of my crease. So I'm just going to softly blend this shade there, so there's a little bit of color. And don't be afraid to also blend this on top of the shimmery shades, because this is a matte shade, it doesn't really matter, it will really fade nice into the shimmery shades. So now I'm going to use the MAC Cosmetics Reflects Gold Glitter, and to make this stick on my eyelid, I'm using the MAC Cosmetics Mixing Medium Gel. So what I do, I first apply my brush into the MAC Mixing Medium Gel, and then I dab my brush into the glitter, and then I press this on my eyelid. So I felt like this eye look was missing something. It will also look great without glitter, but I just felt like it needed a little bit of sparkle, I don't know. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this, but I'm not going to apply too much glitter. I just want this look to have a soft sparkle. I did already like make pictures of this eye look, and you can barely see that I applied glitter. But still, I feel like by only applying a bit of that glitter, it kind of completes the look, if you know what I mean. So now it's time for eyeliner. I use the Sigma Beauty Wicked Gel Eyeliner and the Liquid Liner by NYC. I did this off camera. If you want to see how I do my eyeliner, I show it in my previous video. But this video is already quite long, so I didn't want it to be even more longer. But right now I'm using a nude pencil from Zoeva and applying this in my waterline. And this will make my eyes appear a bit bigger. So now I'm going back in with the AB's eyeshadow, that matte black shade. And I'm using my flat diviner brush from Sigma Beauty. And I'm going to softly press this right underneath my lower lash line. And this will give me a super intense smoky effect. This is something which I have seen in Jaclyn Hill's videos, that she used this brush, and ever since I started doing this as well, it really works nice because you can be super tight against the lash line. So now I'm going to use the shade Hunts, and I'm going to use this shade to blend out that black eyeshadow. And I think this shade is so freaking pretty. It's like the perfect brown orangey red shade. And I feel like this complements with all eye colors and skin tones. It's so pretty. So now I'm going to use the shade Enlight again. And I'm going to apply this also in my inner corner, but now more lower. And I'm trying to connect it with the shade that I also applied on the eyelid, so it kind of connects, if you know what I mean. It's the same shade, but because I have that cut crease line, it was kind of hard to make it connect. But yeah, I just decided to go slightly on top of that cut crease line, and it still looked great, thankfully. So now I'm going to use the shade Creamsicle, and I'm going to blend this also underneath the lower lash line. I felt like the shade on my eyelid was a little bit more on the yellow side and not really very orangey. So to make it more in balance, I just decided to apply this also underneath the lower lash line. So now for my mascara, I'm going to use the Scuba mascara from The Balm Cosmetics, my absolute favorite mascara at the moment. And it's waterproof, so if you're searching for a nice waterproof mascara, this one is really nice. So now for my lashes, I use the Anytude Snobby Lashes. I applied them off camera, but these are super dramatic and perfect for a cut crease or a smoky eye. And yeah, this is already the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and also thank you so much for all the love you have showed me on my previous video. I will be definitely making more videos using this palette. And if you have any requests on what shades you want me to use and what kind of eye look, like do you want to see a cut crease or smoky eye or a cat eye, just let me know in the comments. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up, of course, if you did enjoy this video. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!